Yes, I have finally got Dio. After spending like 2 million candy cane on the summon, I finally got him. I finally got one of him. Now, Dio is a very, very powerful unit. Some of you told me that he was going to be A tier at best, and you guys lied. He's an S tier unit. Let me explain why. If you go check his stats, just his base stats alone are fucking impressive. He has very high HP at max upgrade. He has like 13, 14k HP. He has very high damage. He has very high armor, very high resistant. Basically, he's cracked out all around. If you check his abilities, he has three of them. His first one did 9,000 damage. His second one stops time. And his third one can only be activated in his awakening ability, but it also deals like 9,000 damage. So he's cracked. If you check his passive, everything is busted. He has multiple passive that just boosts his base stats even more. He has time dominance, which debuffs everything nearby and then buffs his own ally as if he's not already broken enough as a DPS unit. He's also doing debuff and buffs. He also has the time manipulator, which again buffs time dominance and then buff fate rewrite. If you wonder what is fate rewrite, it is a absolutely overpowered trait or passive that you obtain from his personal item. Dio's Bone would give any unit, and I mean any unit, you can put this on any unit, and it will receive Fate Rewrite, the ability to revive itself whenever it's going to die and comes back at 50% HP. However, for Dio, since he has Time Manipulator trait, it would buff his Fate Rewrite. So instead of reviving at 50%, he's reviving at 100. So whenever he's going to die, he instantly comes back at 100% HP. That's just so broken. Like his only downside to his build is that he has no way to heal, but that just completely cancels out whenever you put this bone on him. Now the trait that I'm going with him is Deity. It's probably one of the best trait on him. I am trying to go for ability spam, so this works out great. With Ascend, he's even tankier now because he gains just more heal, and Judgment just adds a bit more damage. The build that you want to go when you're using Dio is 1 Dio Bone. That's a must. You must have one of it. And then 2 Pocket Watch. You could also go for 1 Dio Bone, 2 Inverted Spear. Both build, I would say, extremely, extremely strong, depending on the trait you have. If you have a more normal attack base trait, then I would go with double Inverted Spear. So trait like Godspeed, Blade Master, something like maybe even Bloodlust, you could go with double Inverted Spear. But if you have trait like Deity or Scholar, I would recommend going double Pocket Watch to boost that ability haste even further. What you want to do when you have Dio as a build is try to spam his ability as much as possible. His second ability, I think, is his most broken ability. He briefly stops time in a small area, and if you have insanely high cooldown reduction, he's going to be spamming this out again and again and again and again. And I don't even think I need to explain why a unit who is capable of stopping time over and over is cracked. He's just broken. So that's going to be the build that I have on Dio. I believe I explained everything so far. Oh wait, I haven't explained the Time Halt. Time Halt is his awakening ability. Whenever you activate it, he also gains his third ability. Basically, he's going to be having another ability to deal damage. Time Halt itself would stop time for 15 seconds, and he also gained a huge damage buff during this time. So within this 15-second time frame, Dio is without a doubt the strongest unit in the game. In this 15 seconds, nothing can match to him. Now, what is Dio archetype in general? He is a bit of everything. He can tank, he does amazing damage. His damage abilities is comparable to units like Ace and Riaz. He is a very high damage dealer. I'll showcase him in a round later and you can check that out yourself. He has a very high HP. At max upgrade, he has 13k HP, which combined with his ability to just revive all of that HP instantly is just broken. He's near impossible to kill. So in terms of tankiness, he's also got it. So damage, tankiness, and I already covered the buff and debuff. So he's just a bit of everything. Not a bit of everything. He's great at everything. So yeah. Now, that's going to be enough talk. Let's showcase him in an actual game. I'm going to be playing on extreme difficulty. DIO is one of the few units that can actually solo this. So I'm going to place DIO down and just skip everything. Let me put that on. And DIO is going to go on a rampage. Now, I did see a bunch of you guys in the lobby, and I think you guys were trying to say hi to me, but I just didn't see it. If you do walk up to me in the game and maybe say hi or jump around, and I don't say anything back or don't even interact with you, I'm not trying to be rude. Roblox have implemented a new system where you can only talk to people around your age. And in order to even talk at all, you need to send a photo or like a government ID. And I'm not going to be doing any of that. So if you see my chat right here, unlock chat, I don't even have chat activated. I can't talk to anyone. And it's going to stay that way. So if you do see me in an actual game and I just completely ignore you, please don't take it as me being rude. I just cannot even talk to you. So, but I do appreciate you jumping around saying hi. Back to the showcase. DIO at, okay, he's not even max upgrade yet. When he reached max upgrade, you're about to see 13k HP, very high damage. This one is his third ability, does 9k damage. Okay, 9k damage. This one also does 9k, and then his second ability is the most broken one where he can do time stop. So, passive all around, very strong. Now, I am trying to make other videos that you guys are recommending me to do or asking for me to do. For example, equipment tier list. I'm going to make that video soon. How to actually build a loadout on your units. I'll make that one soon. I think it will come out at the same time as the equipment tier list because it's a very similar video to each other. Also, Whitebeard showcase. I already have a thumbnail built and a script built, but I just haven't recorded yet because while I was recording for that video, I got DIO. So I decided DIO was my priority to do. And what was the other video? Was that it? Okay, I think that's it. Let's get back to the showcase. DIO can solo this mode by himself. However, with my current build, he will struggle at wave 18. If you have the build that has one bone and then two inverted spear, I believe that build can solo everything without an issue. But this build is ability spam and not super tanky. He doesn't have any sort of vampiric. He can't heal himself except through reviving. So at wave 18, I'm going to be activating Time Halt. If you check his stats, just look at how fast his damage goes up. It's at 4k, 5k, 10k, 11k, and suddenly it's at 36k. The moment his abilities goes off, it's just a nuke. And now he's at 60 something k. So just looking at his stats alone, or the stat monitor, you can clearly see why he is an S tier unit, because his damage is up there with being one of the best in the game. Okay, it's going to be wave 18 soon, and I'm going to activate his Time Halt. The reason you want to use Time Halt at wave 18 is because there's just so many enemy units that DIO can't kill them all before dying. There we go, and Time Halt. There we go. Everything's going to be frozen for a few seconds while DIO gets to go on a rampage. If you look at DIO's HP, it's going to go down to about half. But because I have deity on him, he's gonna heal for a bit, and whenever he's gonna die, boom, max HP instantly. It's just broken. He can just revive. Am I losing? I lost wave 18. Oh no. Oh, I just got hit. But that's fine. Wave 18, for some reason, is the most difficult wave for Dio. A bit confusing, but that's alright. See, wave 19, he has zero issue defeating everyone. So yeah, overall, he's definitely an S tier unit. Amazing at everything. Plus, insanely broken ability. Time stop is just in any game. Has there ever been a game where Dio is not S tier? I don't think so. Damage in the 7k. His regen is 10k. His regen will jump whenever he hits the revive, because that counts as healing for some reason. And yeah, to simplify the video, Dio is an S tier unit. Very strong base stats, very strong passive, very strong ability, good at dealing damage, good at tanking damage, good at supporting teammates, good at debuffing enemies. It's an S tier without question. But that's gonna be it for this video. I hope I see you next time, and have a wonderful day.